But yo, what is up guys? So we're here going over the best cards to pull from Eternity Code. This is more so a video to go over a bunch of the really good cards in the set, mainly focusing on the more rare cards here that are actually going to be worth money. There are a lot of great cards in here, and we'll kind of briefly touch upon them. But one of these cards, guys, is actually going for so much money right now. We're talking about the Prismatic Effect Veiler, the Starlight Rare. There's actually only 3 listings, and one of them this guy has 0 feedback. But we're really looking at, guys, maybe the first $1,000 plus card in a long time for Yu-Gi-Oh! Because there's only a few listings, and a lot of sites aren't even listing it because they don't want to take pre-orders for something that can be super short printed. So this is one of the cards that 100% will be the best card out of here. It's kind of random that we're just getting Veiler, but nonetheless, there's a lot of cards to go ahead and go over. So let's go ahead and hop right into it. So first off, just as an introduction, there are new cards for, of course, the Plunder Patrol. There's some other like older support for other things like Salmon Graves, Gokis, but nothing really going to make them super strong. There are the Nemesis cards in here, which I think are quite going to be really good to actually look out for. Most of them are only like $1 though. There's also the new Deep Sea archetype. They have some of the Resonator cards for, of course, going for the Super Boss Synchro red Synchro monsters. And then on top of that, you have the Ancient Warriors. This is going to be like one of those like budget-ish decks. I don't think it's going to be very expensive. Of course, we do have more expensive cards, but I'll get into those in a moment here. But I think what's really exciting actually is going to be Link Crossed. It's going to be a really insane card to be on the lookout for to obtain. And then some of these, by the way, they don't have the official artwork yet, but there are going to be other cards that we'll mention that just simply don't have the artwork. But there's also a really good support card for dinosaurs, which is going to be really expensive. The Archosaur over here. There's also some generic stuff for a lot of different decks, but anyways, that said, let's get started. And we'll also go over some of the current pricings for some of these. Keep in mind, these are pre-release prices, but a lot of these have been pretty accurate over the past course of times. So one decent little card is the Arch Nemesis is Stratos. So this is like a smaller card. Some of these are going to be like $5 cards, but we'll work our way up to the point of like I said, $1,000 cards here. So is Stratos over here. It's like a couple bucks, but it's really good for like Lightsworn. You're able to go ahead, summon it. It can't be destroyed by card effects. You declare a monster type, and it destroys all of those. And then your opponent can't summon one of those types. So if you're playing Lightsworn, or a lot of different other decks can tech this in, even as a side deck card, this could be excellent. You get to pop board and to basically stun your opponent for the entire turn. There's also a Union Driver, so you're going to go ahead and target a face-up monster control. You can equip it. It's basically for Union decks. It can kind of help out. Again, this is smaller cards, like $5. There's also Fusion Deployment. It's like a $5 to $7-ish card. Lets you reveal a fusion monster and then go ahead and special summon it from your hand or deck one of the fusion materials. Again, for a lot of different archetypes, this could actually be quite good for like Glad Beasts or anything that specifically lists the monster on it. It could be kind of nice. There's also some new Modulce support. Again, it's not going to be making Modulce is going to be super good, but people really do like some of the Modulce stuff, and for whatever reason, the deck still like holds up the price of some of the older cards if you have it in the original rarity. But it's like a $10-ish card, so Salon, not too bad. We also have the Dragon Maid Fusion monster over here. There's also a lot more new Dragon Maid support. We actually have a deck profile as well as gameplay coming soon using, of course, the new Dragon Maid. So if you're new here, subscribe, turn that bell, and you'll definitely see some of these in gameplay form very soon. But like a $10-ish card, not too bad. Another Trap Tricks Exceed. This one's going to be just kind of sought after because it's a cute girl. You guys know how it is with the Yu-Gi-Oh community. They love seeing sometimes just really cool artwork. And this is like another like $10-ish card right now. This is the Metal Cruncher. This one is actually going to be an okay-ish card. It's like a $5 card more than likely. But the reason why I put this card to be like an okay-ish card to go ahead and pull is because people that want to go ahead and play the archetype, they're going to want this. This is for the new, of course, Machina Structure deck. For what reason they didn't put it in there? Well, you're going to buy the packs, right? Next up, we have the Loptier, the Shredder Degenerate boss. This is like another, like, it might just go down to $5. I don't think the Degenerate is going to be too expensive of an archetype, or like one of the best archetypes. So again, most of the stuff will be relatively cheap here. Most of the secret rares, guys, in this set are actually quite good. This is actually the worst one, but it's still like pretty decent. It's Gizmog Uka, the Festive Fox, and it makes so each time your opponent normals or special summons, you get to burn them for 300. And then on top of that, to special summon this card, if monster special summon from the main deck, except during damage step, you can just special summon this card from your hand. So you have instant potential to kind of lock your opponent out of special summoning it like, infinite times. But more than likely, they'll end up getting rid of the card somewhere during the combo. So it does have that part. But it's like a $10-ish card. And again, this is like one of the worst cards they actually get that's a secret rare, which actually is not that bad at all when you're considering, some of the other cards like Thousand Dragon being secret rare. That's a long time ago. Anyways, next up we have the Gravedigger's Trap Hole. It's actually a pretty good little card. It's just generic, so whenever your opponent activates a monster effect in their hand or graveyard, or when your opponent's banished monster's effect is activated, you're going to be able to negate that effect and deal some burn damage to your opponent. So again, not too bad of a card, I would say, overall. Again, it's like pretty generic. Could maybe use in a side deck. Deep Sea Aria, any of the Mermail Atlantean archetypes are going to be making use of this. Use Banish Water, and then add level 4 Lower Sea Storm from your deck to your hand. You can only activate one per turn, which is the only downside. Otherwise, this card would be a lot better. This card is actually kind of pricey. It's like $25-ish right now, but I can see it going down a little bit. Water isn't the most insane deck right now, but it is still definitely a decent card. Next up, though, we have the Plunder Patrol. This is an archetype that I would say it has so much potential. And, in the right hands, this deck can be okay, but I would not consider it like the uber tier category of the decks over here. But it's like a $25-ish secret rare. Again, most of the secret rares are pretty good. This card, Titan Cider, is a really good generic card for a lot of different decks. In the OCG, people love this card, and I easily see this being a card that a lot of people are going to be on the lookout for. So lets you target a face-up monster your opponent controls that was special summoned from the extra deck, change its attack to 0, and negate its effects. If your opponent special summons a monster from the extra deck while this card's in your graveyard, except the turn it was sent there, you get to reset this card. I like it. I think it's a pretty good card. It's a little bit slower, but I still think Titan Cider has some potential for gameplay even in the TCG here. But as of right now, it's about $30-ish, but I can see it holding up at like 20. It's a solid card. I don't think it's a bad investment if you can pick them up for relatively cheap. Now we're running into some of the more sought after cards. Now this one is not secret rare, this is actually an ultra rare, but I try to order a majority of these cards in like kind of price range. This one's sitting at about $40 right now. This card is insanely good. It opens up the doors for a lot of FTK combos with some type of burn variants because we have Cannon Soldier. I actually just recently showed it off, but it's a really good card where it makes it so if it's Link Summon, you get to activate this effect, supposed to summon a number of Link tokens up to the Link rating of the monsters used for its Link Summon. Also, you cannot use Link tokens as material for Link material for the rest of this turn. But of course, you can go ahead and go for synchro plays and then go ahead and convert those into other things, and you guys can see where it is going. This card is very good, and it could easily be a $30 plus card and still maintain its value. Here we have Ghost Mourner and Moonlit Chill. A lot of people are saying this is going to completely replace Effect Veiler. For some decks it might, because it happens to be a wind zombie and it's a tuner. I mean, technically Veiler's a tuner as well, but it does have a pretty cool effect. So if your opponent special summons a monster, face up, except during the damage step, you discard this card, target one of those face up monster, negate its effects until the end of this turn. Also, if that face-up monster leaves the field this turn, the controller takes damage equal to its original attack. You can only use this effect of it once per turn. So I really like this effect. If it just leaves the field, if you have any other follow-up play where you can stop it, yeah, you can maybe deal extra damage. That's where it'd be better than Veiler. Although, just during certain chain blocks, and it only works if your opponent special summons a monster face up. The except for the damage shot isn't really that big of a difference compared to Veiler, but it's mostly that, if your opponent happens to stop, summon something you can just stop immediately and it's a normal, then yeah, Veiler is better. But because it's a zombie, there are more utilities with any deck that would utilize zombies, and it is level 3, so depending on what deck you're playing, it could be a little bit better than Veiler being a level 1, and Veiler is technically getting another print in here anyways. Veiler's super cheap, but not the new prismatic one. I'm talking about the older one over here. But we also have Access Code Talker over here, a fantastic card. This is the card where you can keep on banishing cards and just start popping a lot of stuff, so it's pretty decent. This is going to be like a $30-ish card. It's sitting at $37-ish right now, but again, these are all pre-release prices. Keep that in mind as well. The Chamber Dragon Maid is also going to be in here, and this card is $40. I honestly don't think the Dragon Maids are going to be like super S tier. Adamant Saboteur right now is doing really strong as well. Like Elder Lich, those ones are doing quite well. I know there's not really any tournaments to go off of because, you know, things. But this card, again, it's like a $40-ish card, and I could still see it being waifu tax, yeah, definitely. Next up, though, this card is great for dinosaurs. It's going to be making them so strong over here. Being able to go ahead and win this card's normal or special. It's a level 1, so you literally just go banish the Miscellaneousaurus, and you get to pop a dinosaur in your hand or face up on the field. And then once this card stays up on the board, you can instantly go into Linkaribo, which gives you another target for your evolution pill. So it's a fantastic card in dinosaurs for sure, and it's a very pricey card. It's almost $70 for this card right now. I honestly see it going down a little bit, but it's such a fantastic card, and you're gonna probably want maybe 2-ish in the deck, but you can easily get away with 1 because remember, it's just literally go off. I mean, technically, if you open up with it, you can normal it, pop one of the baby dinosaurs in your hand, and you have instant access to going off with your Oviraptor play. So I've seen people play 3, and I've seen people just play 1. I think it's just a decent card overall, but it's really only for dinosaurs. So if you're not interested in that, don't bother. Next up, we have Gearsu, the Orcus Mech Knight. This is the best secret rare, not counting the prismatic rares, or Starlight Rare as they are called. The Gearsu over here, if it's normal or special, you get to send an Orcus or World Legacy card from your deck to your graveyard. Then if it's 2 or more in this card's column, you can treat it as a tuner. So it has so much utility. And then if you control no other monster, you can special summon another World Legacy token to both players' field and defense positions. It's a fantastic card. It's like, it's going to be like an easy $80, $100 card, and I think that people really like Orcus, and this will definitely help them come right back into the game. This will definitely be on the higher tier of the metagame for sure with the release of this card. Now, the most expensive card, it doesn't have any prices. A lot of websites, again, they're afraid to do pre-releases, and a lot of these are pre-release prices. But the thing is that Prismatics, they're in another realm. Like, they're minimum at least a few $100s. But Effect Veiler, this card is so expensive. Now, the reason why I say $1,000, you might be saying, well, there's one for $450. I can't check the completed listings. This guy, no info, no seller information on this one over here. So my guess is that it could be a scammer. With someone with 0-0, I'm not going to consider it someone that we can actually trust here. And I think that, again, who has no listings and is like, yeah, I'm going to throw a Prismatic. It's unlikely. We see prices for $1,400, $1,200. Like, you know, even looking at Lightning Storms, some of those were selling for hundreds and hundreds of dollars anyways. I mean, the Prismatic low is a couple hundred already. And this is US price. If you click on it, it's going to be like 2,000 Australian dollars. But like, it's like $1,000 right now, and a lot of people are estimating 800 Lightning Storm prices to 1,000. But like, if you think about how often people use Veiler, it could easily be $1,000 card. Probably one of the most expensive cards. There's another one international, but for the most part, again, we're looking almost $1,000 for Effect Veiler. I mean, it looks pretty nice, right? Here's a zoomed up picture of what card. It's like I said, it's easily going to be a very, very expensive card. But there's a few other really cool cards in here. Like I said, if you guys want to let me know down below what are some of the great common cards, I'll probably make another video on it, but I'll do that later because this one's mainly focused in on the money cards. Because if you're looking for what the best cards and you're looking for a video, I assume you guys just want the money cards. But there's, again, a lot of great common cards, but I'll save that for another time. Let me know in the comment section below what are some of your favorite cards in this set. I actually pre-ordered 2 boxes, so we'll do an unboxing, and if you want to see that on the channel, you can subscribe, turn the bell, and you'll see it very soon. The card that I'm actually most excited about is honestly Malice, the Lady of Lament. It's not an insanely good effect or anything. I just like those demon girls, man, and I'm going to definitely make a token out of Malice over here. So that's my favorite card of the set. Let me know yours down below in the comment section below. And like you said, I'll be trying to make like a video on best commons, that's the best cards in the set, as well as, you know, what's kind of like a brief overview in this. But anyways, thanks for tuning in, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, drop a like on it. If you're new here, subscribe, turn that bell. If you want to see gameplay of any of the stuff, I'll try to pin some of the stuff down below. We just uploaded an FTK with the Nemesis, and we've, of course, got gameplay pretty much everything. And well, I've got lots of videos of the dinosaurs already. I'll try to pin some of them down below. There's actually a pretty cool synchro deck with the Ravenous Crocosaur, let you draw a bunch of extra cards. But anyways, if you guys want to send me replays of any of these newer cards that recently came out, some of them, by the way, if you go to the website, they don't have the artwork. Oh, I probably should have mentioned this before, because most people, when I say like subscribe, turn the bell, whatever, they're like, okay, the video's over. But these are the Starlight Rares. All of these will be worth a lot of money. This is the Chamber Dragon Maid. These ones, again, don't have the picture, though. We have the Ghost Mourner and Moonlit Chill. We have the Trap Tricks Exceed card, Area, the Water Charmer, and Effect Failure. Effect Failure, 100% best, though. That's like $800 plus card on average. Again, right now they're going for 1,000 plus, but I'm actually curious. Comment also down below how much you guys think Effect Failure will actually cost. My guess, the minimum 500, maximum, I'd say like 1,500 max. Like, honestly, it could easily be $1,000 card because it's so common for people to play Valor versus like Lightning Storm. Look how expensive that card was, right? But anyways, thanks for tuning in, guys, and I'll catch you in the next vid. I'm signing out. Peace.